Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very last Always On live viewing party. I'm Molly Wood. If you don't know why you're here yet, if you just had live stream on and it popped right up, I'm Molly Wood. I do a show called Always On. This is the last episode. It's kind of a big deal. So thanks for joining us. The chat room is full. The room is full. We managed to pull together Allison Tom, our wonderful supervising producer, the best. Chris Tao, our lead editor on Always On.
Oh, I got a bad camera angle here.
Who's hiding behind the microphone because he does not want to talk. Does not want to.
Oh, I think he's got a lot to say.
And Stephen Beecham back there behind the controls.
Y'all.
And you guys, it's so funny. We were like, oh, we'll get everybody into the studio. And we'll have like a big party. And then it turns out that the great news for everybody who worked on Always On is that we've successfully gotten all of them other things to do.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's already off running around doing different things, right?
Everybody was just busy. Everybody was like, oh, we actually can't come to the... Because I don't know if you guys know, but I gave my notice at CNET like a month ago. So I'm like relatives and fish around here. Like, could not be stinkier.
Yeah, we run a big site here. We got cars to shoot.
Got
That's where
things to
everyone
do.
is. They're all in a car tech shoot right now.
There are things to do. I know they're all... Yeah, car tech is just like, thank
They're not
you.
driving like a Ferrari or something right now.
We will take your production assistant, your other editors, and your spare shooters, and everybody. Chris, how you feeling about your new job on Car Tech?
I don't have a job yet. I'm just trying to hide in my room.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I don't know yet what is going to replace Always On, but I know that that CNET is committed to doing high quality video, and that there will be something. So keep your eyes peeled for some new cute girl. No, I don't know. I'm just
Allison Tom!
Allison Tom!
She's a new host!
Yay! So then this is, in fact, my very last week at CNET, not even the whole week. That Wednesday is my last day. And it kind of, I timed it to coincide with the last Always On show. And then it turned out that it's also coinciding with the big Apple announcement that's happening tomorrow.
Yes.
Which bumped our show a day early. But it means 2 live shows.
Back to back.
Back to back.
And tomorrow will be like a Buzz Out Loud reunion, sort of. Kind of.
It will?
Sort
yeah,
of. It's going to be me, you, Tong,
and
Donald. Yeah.
Oh, and Donald, too. That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be good stuff. I know. But by the way, the chat room says that the over-under on my tears is 18 minutes.
Is the Vegas odds for the chat room?
I don't know
odds?
if that's actually the line. I think that's just the chat room odds. I mean, you can bet on everything in Vegas, but I don't think I'm that big of a deal. I don't think there's a line on that. I don't know. The tears happened early. The tears happened on the way to work, not just because of the BART strike.
Yeah, not because of, kind of because of BART strike, but not for that reason.
But not for that reason. Yeah, it just led to the whole. It was a whole thing.
We've been shedding tears for a while.
Yeah, it's, pretty obviously hard to leave this show behind. Like, mainly because of the team. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I couldn't be luckier to have gotten to work with such good people, too. We just, like, Eileen Rivera was the supervising producer before Allison pretty much sort of, like, laid the groundwork. And then Allison came in, and I'm telling you, we all were like, she's pretty hardcore. Like, we gotta step it up again. Like, Eileen and I were just like, make a show. And Allison was like, let's make this show a show. And then we were like, okie dokie. Just a total professional. Just took it up so many notches. It was just amazing.
Well, it was super fun.
We've had an awesome run.
We've had a great run, and truly the best team. And I think that's the thing about it is everyone just worked together so great, and we all had so many fun ideas, and it was just easy to implement. So that was cool.
What was your favorite thing that we did together? Because we ended up on a lot of good, like, road trips, mini road trips.
There were a lot. I mean, of course, Vail was, like, the most awesome one because, first of all, we'd never been there, and we had no idea what to expect, and it was gorgeous. And it was just such a perfect prime location for doing all of our testing. So that was really fun, and it was a beautiful little place.
Yeah.
But I loved also taking the Xperia Z and the chocolate factory, just because it was like, what's going to happen?
Which is like one of CNET's most highly viewed videos of all time on our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Which is really awesome.
The Xperia Z thing just got
chocolate combined with anything, then especially with tech gadgets
chocolate
like our
and
phones. How perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was, by the way, that was your idea. And that was probably the first hint I had that she was going to take the production value up a notch because it was just so creative and cool. And then she was like, and I have a location and I've already checked it out and it's good to go. And they're really willing to let us drop it in this and blah, 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 blah. And it was like, oh, snap. Like,
I love chocolate. So anyway,
Yeah.
no, that worked out really good.
That was a good one.
Yeah. What was your highlight? Or
I know. Well, I have to out Chris a little bit because Chris is our hermit. You can tell because he's hiding behind his microphone. And all this time, like all the time that I've known him on our team, he's been like in this one little room all by himself. And everyone was like, ooh, Chris doesn't want. But we brought in a lot of new people for the show. And so we had to give Chris a roommate. And everyone was terrified. They were afraid they think you're so cranky. Everyone was like, we don't want to tell them what happened. You came out of your shell. It's like a family back there.
Yeah. My good roommate Vanessa, who helps cut the show as well. She does some segment editing, and also Miriam is one of the other editors. And in the beginning, we had Kelly, who actually works a lot on car tech. Mm-hmm. But editors always are in their own little room. They're all alone most of the time in the dark. No windows, although I have windows in my room. But we're kind of. I have to give a shout out to the editors. We're the unsung hero. We make everybody look good.
I completely
so we
agree.
spend a lot of time in the room alone.
Absolutely.
They come in with, tapes and tapes, and they say, just make a show. So it's up to
GoPro
us.
cards.
Exactly. 5, GoPros, everything.
Can't
20
imagine
tapes.
the amount of footage you guys had to go through. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
And
Yeah.
probably some footage not always synced up, which can be like your
Oh.
harrowing nightmare.
So we're fixing all the problems. We're doing everything.
It's true.
They're
the surgeons behind the show.
That's
for
right,
sure.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the only reason that. But it was a wonderful. It was a wonderful thing to see the friendship between Chris and Vanessa
Yeah,
develop,
yeah.
and to like see that like, oh, it's actually kind of great for him to have a roommate. Also, you are absolutely right. I mean, we cannot thank the editors enough because we have not always created the easiest. Well, and you should have seen Chris's face too when we were starting the show, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do a 22-minute show weekly. And like some of it's going to be pre-shot, but I don't know how much we're going to be able to shoot in advance because some of it's going to be news oriented and and we were shooting wraps like sort of either 2 weeks before or 2 days before, depending. And this poor man was like, "Are you sure you don't want to do every other week?"
Is that an option?
And I'm totally like, "I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. We can do a TV show a week, right?" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. We put him through the ringer.
No, it's great. You got me help. So it was really appreciated.
Yeah, Vanessa and Miriam are fantastic. I'm sorry they can't. Miriam just had a baby, which is why she can't be here today. So that's wonderful news. And then I'm pretty sure that Vanessa's just trapped on the other side of the bridge because of the. For those of you who don't know, a couple people have asked in the chat room, like, who's on strike and what's going on? It's like
It's a nightmare.
It's like Europe. Like the government shuts down
Yeah.
and then the transit strikes. And then anyway, BART, which is our subway system, the BART workers are on strike. So it's just Carmageddon around here. Like everybody, it's nonstop news on how people are getting to work, how people are getting to San Francisco, how they're getting from some parts of the East Bay to the other. It's pretty intense.
And it bugs me too because we never find out till like midnight if they're gonna go on strike the next day. It's like we're always on pins and needles. Are we gonna have to make new plans to get into work tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's
And at
a
least
nightmare.
At least now we know, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go on for a while. So
yeah,
no,
it looks like it's gonna go on for a while.
yeah.
Everyone's bracing themselves, right? And it's like finding your A, B, and C plans for the morning, which is always fun to
we're all
throw in the mix.
stranded.
You're making your coffee when you first get up, and then you're like, oh gosh, how am I
Okay, so
gonna
which is
get
it going
there?
to be? Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's all we can talk about right now. And then I totally, because I'm such a like big baby, I was like, really? Like my last 3 days?
I know. Could not be more of a traffic nightmare or inconvenience, right?
Yeah, like right before I'm about to have this cushy work from home freelance existence. It's like you just got to like twist the knife.
Yeah.
Twist the knife.
It's so amazing because actually a couple weeks ago, granted it was like a late night afterwards, so it was like around midnight when there's hardly anyone out. It took me exactly 15 minutes to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And usually, like without any traffic, this place is fabulous just to travel around. But then when you actually have congestion and all this other stuff, it can take us like 45 minutes to an hour, right?
Yeah.
And that's just such a nightmare.
Somebody said that somebody tweeted that they took one of the shuttles from Walnut Creek, which is sort of the far East Bay. Not far east, but
Suburbs.
But with
It's
no
sort of,
traffic, it's probably what 35 minutes, 40 minutes from Walnut Creek to San Francisco. 2 hours from like 7 to 9. Yeah, it's
not
pretty
pretty.
insane.
That's why I ride a bike.
I was wishing I had a bike this morning. I was like, I just want to ride my bike down to the ferry.
I want to be like that guy who rode his bike across the bay. Did you see that guy?
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Wait, he
Across
rode
the
his-
bay?
He had a bike that had like floats on the wheels, and he rode
Mhm.
it across
It's
the
pedal
bay.
powered.
He was
Yeah.
protesting the BART strike.
When did this happen?
Here, I'll find it.
Oh my god, that's got to be an amazing visual because I
It's
gotta say
awesome.
that's brilliant because we're surrounded by water, so there's so many opportunities for you to get around, and it's like
Yeah,
that would be the best.
that's what I
But
want to do.
We don't have that many actual options
Yeah.
that way. So.
Yeah,
My
no.
friend's gonna buy a jet ski and start a jet ski taxi service.
I was thinking that CNET should charter a boat.
I
Like
think
CNET should charter
I
a
think that'd be
ferry.
a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
like Bay Area. I mean, Bay Area businesses could kind of band together
Mhm.
and charter ferries. That'd be a good idea. I know we're a little off topic, you guys. Right, always on.
Well, we're just setting up for a really good show that's coming up. So.
Exactly. Tomorrow, don't worry.
I got the guy right here.
Okay.
You do?
let's
All right,
see
we
him,
got to
let's
see
see
this
him.
guy.
Schiller is founder of the Bay Cycle Project.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. I need that.
That looks like fun.
Hell yeah.
As long as you don't fall down.
It probably took him
Yes.
a long time though.
He's not wearing a safety vest. or a
Always
life
float.
vest.
Yeah, John Strickland in the chat room is like, welcome to Always Float. That's awesome. I have gotten several tweets today to the effect that does that mean that always on is never on or always off or
No, it's always on. It's gonna live forever on
But-
CNET
Exactly.
and YouTube. It's always on.
exactly like I may be leaving the CNET family, but we have kids together, you guys. So they're gonna live on.
Yep.
You can get the whole. Stephen pointed out actually that the single best way to consume all
of
of Always On
it is on YouTube. Here, I'll show you right here.
is on YouTube, which
I'm
he
gonna
has
find it.
very
Very
diligently,
meticulously curated for your viewing pleasure.
there you go, meticulously curated.
See here. Here's every episode right here.
Nice.
Look at that.
Here, you can break it into episodes. Wait, let me see.
Take a little walk through memory lane. You should play a little bit of like episode 1.
Oh, okay.
That'll be kind of a fun.
You can,
Little
find, you can find it by
retrospective.
seasons or clips. So I'm going to go to season. And here's season 1 episodes. And here's the very first episode right here.
You guys, it's hysterical.
Oh, it's going to
Oh,
play an
gotta-
ad. Hang
it's
on.
gonna play an ad. That's okay.
Get off the ad.
That wasn't Mollywood.
I just want. I got to tell you now. I don't. There's part of me that doesn't want to play this because I hated my makeup so much in this one. Okay, so some of the things that we were trying to do as we developed Always On, right? Like I really wanted to make a show that looked broadcast quality, and so among all of the advice that I got, it was like you got to get great graphics, you got to have a makeup person, and you got to have great lighting. So we went looking for studio space to shoot our wraps in, so that we could really get this sort of professional look. And then ended up realizing that was weird, right? Because everything else was out in the field and really natural looking. And then we'd have these like super made up fancy studio things. But like, so for the first episode too, the makeup artist that I loved and couldn't, and we always worked with was not available. And so we had this new woman and we were late. And like, I think there was a bridge disaster. Anyway, the makeup is hysterical. Like I look like a Muppet. Check it out. Why would I do this?
See your
to myself?
Muppet makeup.
Welcome to Always On. I'm Molly Wood.
do not
This
look
is
like
the
a
show where
Muppet.
we tech that's part of everybody's life. And
Look at
then
what
find
is
out
with
whether
that?
you survive your everyday life.
Look at the eyebrows.
Durability with insane
Good God. We unboxed the MacBook Pro, the Retina MacBook Pro on that episode. We did the solar power race car.
That
Man,
was cool. That was a great
Yep.
one.
that's right.
I bought myself an orange
It's
leather
like
jacket.
almost 2 years
for that.
ago.
It is.
Right?
It's a long time ago.
Crazy.
Back when I used to look like a Muppet.
I was singing that song all night.
A well-lit Muppet. You're right, Katsuk.
Hey, but look, you have the fire. Look at the production quality here. You have the fireplace in the background.
I know. I mean,
And-
you could, yeah. No, it
Nice.
did. That was beautiful. And then I was all into like getting these fancy manicures. It's weird to, it's like weird to sort of put together this thing from scratch and try to figure out how you want it to look and how you want it to come to fruition. I really do think that seasons 4 and 5 are where the show became like the show that it should be, where we really started to hone in on how to incorporate the outside world. And then Allison, bless her heart, she sprung us from the studio. I was like, outside wraps. How hard is that? Other than the wind, which you'll see some more of later.
Wins always for a good time.
Yeah, totally. What do you think, Chris, as the editor? You saw, I mean, you were the one who was here from day one.
Well, I think it's fun to watch the progression. And I always like when you watch TV shows, these days they're a little bit more professional in terms of how they get it done. So if you see like a Breaking Bad, it's going to look the same from season 1 to season 5. But if you watch older shows like Star Trek, it's hilarious to watch like the first season, and they have like the lighting's different, the sound effects, even their uniforms, and then they'll start moving through the season. They'll hit a groove, and all of a sudden their outfits are different, the sound is different, the music's different. So I think we kind of had the same feeling in our show that we were trying to figure out our way out through the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we definitely hit our stride in 4 and 5 when we kind of figured out what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was also unusual to do seasons at all. And our seasons were always, it's been about 18 months, I think, of doing the show, and we're on season 5 because they figured that the only way to do it, as a concession to Chris so that he didn't just walk screaming out the door like the BART people, was that we would try to do seasons and shoot at least some in advance, like try to shoot, because we really I wanted to travel for the show. I wanted there to be like a sense of breadth and experience to it. And so but basically our seasons were 8 episodes. So then we'd be like, it's the end of the season. Everybody'd be like, whoa, what? It just started like yesterday. I don't understand. The Star Trek, James, the chat room's pointing out that the first episode of Star Trek was such a low budget. It might have been similar. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Like, because for CNET, we pumped some production value into the show. That's code for money.
Money.
I loved our graphics. I was so proud of the graphics. That was like my big coup, was to go outside and get like professionally made graphics. Steven did all the sound design.
Yes. And I actually did some sound design for that graphics company afterwards too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did
Really?
like a Cisco commercial or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's how it always happens.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you do one thing
Wanna
and they're
meet
like,
somebody.
who is this guy? They're like, he
Yeah.
does some great stuff.
So it was
That's
kind of cool.
awesome.
Yeah. But they're in New York, so it's kind of hard to connect.
Oh, yeah.
Are they in
True.
New York, really?
I think so, yeah.
I always thought
Oh,
they
wait,
were...
our guys?
Yeah. Weren't they
Al-
in New York?
I thought they were
Alchemy?
local.
No, they're
Oh,
here.
they're
Were they in LA?
Yeah. Well, no, I thought they
They're
were
here.
Really?
Yeah, they were at our lunch party.
Oh, well, maybe the producer I was working with was in New York.
We finally, that could be. That's very possible. We finally managed to have a lunch party in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Like marketing, we get there eventually. But it was really fun, and we had like little white cups that had a always on glow up, like a light up thing.
Oh, yeah.
It was an always on has been a very ambitious project within CNET, and it's been. I mean, I think I put it in the last blog post, but it's sort of like you think about your job as a tech reporter or a nerd or whatever, and then you do a show like this, and you get to ride on an America's Cup catamaran and jump out of a helicopter and put a 2-foot tube down your nose and go to Vail and do a mud run and rock climb and
SpaceX launch.
SpaceX launch.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like I've always wanted to see a shuttle launch. I got to go to NASA and see a friggin' rocket blast into space. Like,
Crazy.
what an experience. All right. So I think the time has come. This is the last episode of Always On. And it's a blooper show. Hopefully it'll make you laugh. It will also, but we do have some behind the scenes stuff in here. Allison's been going around diligently gathering footage of people at work and their thoughts. And I think you'll get to see a little bit more of the people who made the show possible. So please enjoy. And thanks for watching. See you in a minute. Hi, I'm Molly Wood, and welcome to Always On, the show where we're usually taking tech into the real world. But this week, it's my favorite episode of the year, Bloopers. We also have a special behind-the-scenes sneak peek so you can see all the hard work that goes into making this show and how much we all love each other. I really appreciate you guys watching. We all appreciate you watching. Enjoy. Welcome to Always On. I am Molly Wood, and this is the show where we take tech into the real world. On today's show, we're talking... because I said real world so well, I couldn't think after that. It's so weird. Okay, 3, 2, oh. That's totally up in the game. I heard noises. Welcome back, everybody. Coming up on the show, it's a door. Oh, no! Ah! Wait, see, that's not funny. I'm just gonna pause. Sorry. Just went over there and made a mess like it was my room or something. So I think I'll... Wait a second. Sorry. But the rest of the world isn't doing that. I didn't...
You're rolling. We've been rolling 2 seconds. Bring them forward.
Can CNET's editor's favorite TV handle water, rage, crit? Woo! / youtube.com/alwayson. I just hear nothing but chaos. That was not professional. 3, 2. 3, 2. 3. Yeah, you're right. It's a girl thing. 3, 2. That's it for this week, everyone. Coming up next week on Always On, we get a unique look inside a world-class music streaming venue. Like, what is wrong with people?
What's wrong with you?
Okay? All right. 3.
I see a hair in front. There you go. That's the guy.
To find out how there's like a truck in the wind, and that was destined for failure.
Molly, please clap.
Ow. Thank you.
Sorry. All right, so I just go in there and try not to die. Lady talking into her phone, not walking very fast. There you go. You can do it. Cross the street. Okay.
What the? Huh?
Just gonna lay it here on this poop. This poop. I'm gonna put it right in the poop. Really, guys? I know. Okay.
Can I go?
You don't know duck face? Oh, have I got a Tumblr blog for you. It's pictures of all the girls who every time they get their photo taken go like this. And then it just gets more and more insane. Like there's the ones that get the lip injections and then they're like,
One more time. If you could do it right, please. You got only one job here.
There's a bum dying behind me. Can you hear that at all? It's taking all my willpower not to burst into song right now. Okay.
Do it. We need a blooper.
That's awesome.
Like soccer for you.
You guys are just messing with me, aren't you? He's trying to make me throw up, but it's not gonna work. The magic is gone, Bob. Put it back. Hi.
How you doing?
How are you? Well, look at you. Live show.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Always On live viewing party. It is episode 53. It is the penultimate episode of the season.
Hey guys, this is the Always On Podcast Studio, Audio Podcast Studio B at CNET, where we do Always On Live every Tuesday. Check it out, all of my bells and whistles here, all my buttons. Check it out.
And how many GoPro cameras do we have on our Always On crew?
We have a total of 8. We usually only use about 3 to 6, depending on the situation. Here's part of the gear, you know, we take out in the backpack. It's still covered with mud from Vail. Sticky mounts, these have been to NASA. LCD screens, sticky mounts that we couldn't get to work in the snow and took a lot of heat for. But you know, now we're very experienced. Very experienced.
Inside this box, I have a unicorn.
This is my precious. Yes, this is definitely something that is so hard to get a hold of.
It is the gold iPhone 5S.
Because Allison and I are just an amazing team, we were able to make it happen. So, yes.
Hey guys.
Hello.
You've wrecked more of my favorite stuff, and it's been so fun to watch.
Oh no! At 200 degrees. Oh no!
I love working for this team. Absolutely love it.
I don't even see the red light. Always On's always fun. It's been great.
I think my favorite was the live show at CES when Molly and Brian were torturing the iPad and freezing GoPros and destroying stuff with a live audience, hundreds of people screaming and yelling. I think that was my favorite moment this year. I'm Always On for sure.
What is this?
All right, so that is it for this week's show. Tune in then. Thank you guys for coming out. I always appreciate it. It's so nice to hang out in the chat room. You're wonderful. And we'll see you next week. Happy Tuesday.
All right.
Hi, I'm Molly Wood, and welcome to Always On, the show.
And we are. Instant rerun.
It's pretty funny. It ended, and Allison's like, let's do it again. And then it started all over. Also, I'm totally wearing the same shirt, like, and necklace and everything. And it's a complete coincidence. / I don't have that many clothes. I don't know what happened. Oh, you guys. Mine burned in the chat room's like, I'll miss that. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The fake
Yeah,
oh, no.
the fake
Oh, no. That and my thing was to always pretend like a bee came.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a bee.
Because a bee makes
It was
you
less and less.
twitch.
once
But it did
came
get
on,
less and less.
You know, the last couple seasons.
I know,
yeah,
because
you
Nick
used to
started
always
making fun
mention
of
a bee.
Was that really one of your things?
Yeah.
Always?
Like,
Anything
a
that
bee
would like
came.
scare her and have her to like throw something up, right? Any sort of
Yeah.
temperature test product.
Because it happened. Well, so I have this whole thing about
That's
bees.
right. That's right.
Think they're terrorists. Freaking bees.
Bees are amazing.
Whatever. A bee comes, and you
Bees are
can't
amazing.
do anything because the bee is all of a sudden in charge. And you just have to, like, you can't, like, freak out because you'll make the bee mad and it will sting you. But then if you can't, if you're not freaking out, you just kind of have to, like, sit there and hope the bee decides not to sting you. It's, like, all up to the bee. You got to not make the bee bad. But whenever the bee comes, everybody always freaks out. And in fact, that did happen to me. I was like out on my back deck talking to my mom one time, and a bee came and flew like into my eyeball. And I like, ah! And I freaked out and I threw the phone over my deck, which was way down, like downhill, right? I live on one of those crazy houses that's on stilts and it just goes like, and so it went down the hillside. And I think, and my mom was like convinced that I'd just been murdered because she hears this like, ah, and then like,
And then nothing. She
and then
probably
nothing.
couldn't hear you for a while.
And then
right?
I'm yelling down like, hi! And I had to like climb down there. Actually, my neighbor saw it happen, who lives like at, underneath basically, and like we met on the street. Anyway, that was my thing. And then a bee came. Yeah, and then John Strickland says you can't kill the bee because then the almonds won't get pollinated.
That's right.
Bees.
Bees are good.
I
they
do.
scare people. But everyone gets freaked out by bees, but
I know.
don't you remember when we were younger?
Yeah.
Everyone would freak out, and they just said, "Stay still." If you stay
Yeah, just
still,
gotta
the
hold
bee
still.
will go away.
Sometimes I'll just look at a bee crawling on my hand.
Just hope that the bee doesn't sting you because the
Yeah.
bee is in charge. You are
Yeah.
hostage to the
It
bee.
doesn't want to sting you because if it stings you, it'll
Yeah.
Only
die.
some, not all.
Wasps.
Have you ever been stung?
Wasps. I'm not cool with wasps.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've only had one bad sting on the butt. When I was 5, I sat on a bee.
Oh, that would hurt.
Yes. And then in my neck of the woods, I don't know if you guys grew up with this, but you put mud on a bee sting because it pulls the stinger out.
No,
So I
never
just have
knew
this
that.
memory of I was at like a family party, like at a party at neighbor's house or something, and I sat on a bee. And then I just have this terrible memory of standing like on a stool in this lady's kitchen with my pants down. They're like putting mud on my butt, trying to get the stinger to come out.
It was horrible.
Hell with bees.
And now you go to the spa and you pay big money for that.
No, totally. How times have changed. See, this is like, actually, Glacier Rowdy has a good point, which is that Montana bugs are the size of smart cars.
Oh my God,
Ooh.
yeah.
They
Texas
kind of are.
too.
There's some big bugs.
Oh.
Yeah. It's no joke.
I also want you guys to know that it looks like I'm like the crankiest diva ever in some of those outtakes, but it's really just that I hate wind. So
Bees
much.
and wind.
It's like Allison did an awesome thing by making us shoot all our reps outside. Because they looked better and we weren't spending so much money and it wasn't this weird like big studio thing, but it did introduce a much higher rage factor.
Well, we then hired a hairstylist. I'm just kidding.
I know, and we didn't have that. I just needed a lot more spray, I guess. But that's why like you've got a couple episodes there where the hair's back or up. But that was a fun experiment too. I was like, oh, I've never worn my hair back like that on camera.
All new experiences.
Wind. You guys are getting all my like weird little ticks. I don't like bees and I can't stand wind and I don't think pandas are real. And for those of you who asked why people honk when they drive by and you're filming, I don't know. I truly don't know. It is like a human tick that I don't understand, but they always do. Like there's nothing that like juvenile turds find more appealing than a really big camera.
Or yeah, and it's that exactly the time that you have a camera out, or if you're driving through a tunnel,
Mhm.
everyone's honking.
Yeah,
And you're
I
just
hate
like,
that.
what is going on?
Because you want to hear the echo in the tunnel.
Okay,
Makes sense.
so that might make a little bit more sense. Are you a honker?
I mean, I hold my breath.
You honk in the tunnel?
We used to
I
do
don't
that as
honk, I
little
just hold my
kids,
breath.
but then you'd be like, oh gosh, I'm going to die, you know. And then
My
you take a
sister
big
did
breath.
that the other day. She was holding her breath through a tunnel. I was like, "You're still doing that? You're like 30 something."
And you're gonna pass out. Don't do that while you're driving.
You're gonna die.
It is John Strickland. It's exactly the it's the person who walks into the frame of a shot and wave and jump up and down and stuff. It's the exact same person.
Yeah.
Somebody who just wants to like mess with whatever it is you're doing.
Yep.
Because they need a lot of attention in life. I don't really know. Just don't be that person. Kids, if you're watching this now, consider this your always on PSA. Don't be that person. They're going to get the shot done, and you're not going to be in the video. Like,
Yeah, that's the key point, is that you're not going to make it, so.
Unless it's live.
yeah. Oh,
Live
unless
shot.
it's live.
Yeah.
I know, but don't encourage them.
I know.
Because that's even more annoying, and then you're like, we have to completely move away.
Yeah, because then
so.
you really can't concentrate on what's happening because you're just looking at that the person in the back making the funny face.
Yeah.
It's like
Total distraction.
counterproductive.
Jerks. Just don't do it. John Strickland now says that's why I follow that person to their job and then stand at their desk and move their papers around while they try to work. Exactly. That's what I'm going to do next time. Honkers. I'm going to get in my car, follow you to wherever you're going, and mess with it.
Good idea.
Awesome. I got nothing, you guys. It's been an awesome run.
It's been incredible. Thanks.
It's been spectacular. I love our whole team, even the ones who couldn't be bothered to show up for our going away party.
Well, we're all here.
But we're here.
And we're going to watch all the shows again over and over again.
Yep. We're just going to have, I think we should totally do that. I think we should order a bunch of pizza, make a bunch of popcorn, just have a 1 through 5, except for episodes 1 and 2 where I look like a Muppet. We'll just. But tell your friends. Always on live viewing party for 10 hours. I wonder how many hours of Always On we've made.
That's a lot.
It's more than 10 hours.
It's more than 10?
Sure.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
I guess so, because it's 50-some episodes.
Yeah.
We were halfway to syndication.
And then we hit some episodes where we're hitting like 45 minutes for a bit there.
Yeah,
We
that's
had some
true.
long
Early on, it
shows.
was really
Yeah.
long.
I think our record was like 47 minutes.
That's right. I had forgotten
Yeah.
about that. And then we decided to really try to make it 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was so much sharper. We'll miss you guys. I will miss all the great adventures, but mainly I will miss the peeps. I'll miss my little Always On team. We did an awesome thing here. We should always be proud of it.
Definitely.
Thanks, chat room. Thanks for sticking around. It was the live viewing party was
It's fun.
such a like sneaky, wonderful thing to get to do every Tuesday.
Yeah.
I just felt like we got to come in here and goof off.
All the live parties are live too on live stream.
Oh, they
All
are.
there. All there.
Oh, you can go see those too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I at least will be back tomorrow for one last live show for the iPad announcement. Like, I wish it could be a more interesting topic, but it's okay because the gang will all be here. And then as for us, we're just gonna go and
Do our own thing.
start drinking at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. This is, guys, Always On is off. Mwah!